Hello and welcome to another I-Novae Studios live stream, developer live stream with myself, Dan, also known as Hutch or Hutchings on the Discord, and Flavian Brebian, the head programmer and developer of the project.
Hi, everybody.
Yeah, so we're going to be covering the latest patch notes, which I believe are in the description for the YouTube as well as, actually it'll be on the YouTube channel description. On Twitch, you'll have to go to our game page to get, or hop onto the Steam page actually. There's links there to the patch notes as well, or just go to the Steam page. And then we're also streaming on Steam today for the first time on Steam Broadcast. So I've got all three going today. So far things are stable. If we do have issues, then we will shut down one or more of those extra streams. So doing kind of an audio check right now. Right now on my end, it looks good. Flavian looks good, and the app ID for Battlescape looks good too. Yeah, so we're gonna pop in and start off with the newest feature, which is the Stagger firing mode for the weapons, fixed weapons on small ships. I'm gonna talk a bit about that, Flavian. We'll pop right in there, get going right away.
Yeah, on which screen are you now?
I'm currently showing the ship screen for the Interceptor. If you want more real-time feedback as to what I'm seeing, check the Twitch stream. That one's going to be the fastest, the shortest, I guess, lag time. Shortest delay, followed by Steam, and then YouTube tends to have the longest buffer time, so it kind of starts to lag behind the longer we stream for. Yeah.
Yep, okay.
Yeah, so if you watch it on Twitch, you'll be able to see what I'm looking at a little better. So on the loadout, right now I'm looking at just the ship selection menu for the Interceptor. And we're going to talk about the stagger fire modes that have been added in this most recent patch.
Yeah, so if you go to the loadout panel, you will see that we added a column besides each weapon group. And it's a checkbox, and you can enable it or disable it. If you hover over it, you will have a little description with the tooltip. So the main idea is that you can select a new stagger firing mode per weapon group. This also works while you are in game, so you can toggle it even while you are already spawned. It's not just at spawn time. And what this does is when you have multiple weapons in the same weapon group, it will stagger firing. So let's say you have a left gun and a right gun. So previously, when you press the fire button, it would fire the left gun and the right gun at the same time. Okay? But now, when you enable the stagger mode, the left gun will fire, and after a little while, the right gun will fire. And then the left gun will fire again, and then the right gun will fire again. Which means that the DPS is going to be pretty much equivalent, but you will have a more continuous stream of bullets, which should make it easier to hit your target. So it depends really on the target type, on the weapon type, on the firing rate. So by default, the slow firing weapons, such as the energy weapons, you have the railgun, which is a hybrid weapon, you have the plasma cutter, you have the blasters. So all these weapons, which are normally pretty slow firing, by default, they use the stagger mode now. So it will feel like they fire faster, but keep in mind it's simply staggering the firing. So in terms of DPS, normally, assuming you hit, it will be the same DPS than before. But in certain circumstances, it can make it easier to hit your target. So yeah, you can test it and show it on stream.
Yeah, I just firing the weapons in the new mode here. So
yeah,
there's no in-game hotkey bound to change that.
No, because it's per
right?
weapon group. So in theory, it's not something you should change all that frequently, because it's more like once you set it once as your preference, not quite sure there is a lot of interest in switching it in real time during a dogfight.
Right.
Also note that it's not available on missile launchers or turrets on capital ships. So it's only for fixed or gimbal guns.
Yeah. So it'll be interesting to see how that changes things, and especially with this next major change in this patch, the overcharge modes have been, say, tweaked, revised, changed a bit here.
Redesigned, I think is the best word.
Yeah.
So the thing with the overcharge mod is that for a long time we wanted to redesign them a little bit because it felt like they were very passive. It was something you enable during a fight, and then you didn't really touch it all that frequently. It's hard to make a general statement because obviously some players will switch more frequently than others. But in average, it seems like most people don't use overcharge, or if they use it, they simply, during a dogfight, they put weapons overcharge, and that's it. And maybe they will recharge the shield after the fight or something. But they don't actively switch the overcharge modes during a fight. And so that's something we wanted to address and to provide a more skill-based gameplay with the overcharge, where it's high risk and high reward. And what was lacking before was the risk component. So the reward were still there, we didn't change much about the reward. For example, the weapons overcharge provides and still provides a 30% increased firing rate. So that is not changed. The weapons overcharge is still acting the same way than before, but now there is a risk involved. And the risk, for example, for the weapons overcharge, is that if you reach overheating, so you cause too much heat generation, and your systems overheat, it will damage your weapons. And it will cause 15% HP damage on all the weapons on your ship.
Yeah.
So if you do it, if you are too careless with your weapons overcharge and you overheat too frequently, it can damage your weapons. So you have to be a bit more careful. The propulsion overcharge.
Engines, yeah.
Engine overcharge, yeah. So that one allows you to turbo boost even when you have your energy meter depleted. So you can still boost, but instead of consuming energy, now it will cause heating. And when it overheats, your turbo boost will get damaged. And it will get temporarily shut down for I think it's 20 seconds or 30 seconds. So you can be stranded a little bit. You still have the normal movement, of course, but you cannot use your turbo boost for 30 seconds. So now you have a period of weakness if you are not careful.
Yeah.
But if you use it properly, you can turbo boost a little bit longer. So now you have to be careful because obviously the weapons also cause heat. So while you are in this mode, you have to watch your heat meter very carefully to not overheat, especially if you are still firing your weapons as you are turbo boosting. And the last one is the shield overcharge, and that one is also very interesting. So you still have the shield regeneration rate, currently it's set at 50%, but now it modifies the way the shield is working. So you know that previously the shield were probabilistic. So if your shield is at, let's say, 75%, it means that it will absorb 75% of the incoming projectiles. And 25% will pass through and hit the hull and cause hit points damage. But now, with the shield overcharge, your shield is no longer probabilistic. It behaves a bit like an absolute shield. So it's like an absolute pool of shield points, and all projectiles will get absorbed by the shield, no matter what the percentage of the shield is remaining. And when the shield reaches 0, then the shield gets broken, and all incoming projectiles damage the hull. and the shield goes down for like 30 seconds as well. So again, you are left a bit in a weak position if this happens. But like when we tested it, we found it very interesting because when you are in a dogfight or when you are, let's say, in a bomber and you are approaching a capital ship, you can overcharge the shield, and that can tank some of the hits incoming from the capital ship, for example. So it's if used properly, it can be a very powerful overcharge mod. Well, previously, you know, the weapons overcharge was the most useful one.
Most commonly
and the two other
used,
ones
yeah.
were more situational.
So I'll kind of demonstrate a little bit how this feels right now in game. I've got a target on me as well.
Yeah.
I'm currently set to balanced. Oopsie. Okay, I'm gonna overcharge my shields quickly. Oopsie. Let me just get this. Okay, overcharge the shields. So absolute shields, regen's a little higher, switch to my seeker launchers. Railguns, overcharge the weapons. Overheating much faster. I gotta be careful that I don't overheat while I'm firing. Switching to balanced. Oh, I just lost my engines. Auto assist gone. Flip back around. Overcharge the engines. So if I just hold down that boost now with engine overcharge, it's going to take a little bit longer on the interceptor because I have a lot of energy. The boost doesn't pull back. I'm now 0 energy. My heat is climbing, 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 climbing. I can push it past right to that point and I'm going to stop. A little risky, but it got me about 20 clicks away from that target that was attacking. So kind of a deplete that energy. You're kind of firing like an afterburner or an extra boost energy to the engines, and then you can push it even further past the available energy and kind of really push the engines hard. Consequence being, if I overheat while that's happening, I'm going to burn out the boost, I think for about 30 seconds before it repairs. Is that right?
Yeah,
It breaks it?
20 or 30, yeah.
Yeah. Fire a couple more seeker launchers. Switching to shield. Incoming missile. Oh, that was bad. And I'm down. Missiles got me. Oh, that was a fleet admiral. Okay. I don't feel so bad now. But yeah, so I can't just blindly use the overcharge states now. I have to be a little bit more conscious of what I'm using, when I'm using it, and if I overuse it or abuse it, there are potential drawbacks to that. Whoa! Nice. That looks cool. Just watch this for a second. Currently observing Kresker. Cool. Okay. I'll respawn here so we can kind of go over that. I guess that kind of covers the overcharge states. If anybody has any questions on Twitch, on Steam, or on Steam Broadcast, I can see all of your questions. Feel free to...
One thing I didn't mention, but the overcharge mod also have some negative effects. For example, which we didn't have before. So now they're not very big, but still compared to the balance mode, for example, if you are in, let's say, the shield overcharge, you will get, I think it's 15% negative firing rate or 15% thrust. So like your thrust is a bit slower and your firing rate is also a little bit slower. And same thing for the propulsion or engine overcharge. Like engine obviously will go faster, but weapons will be a bit slower.
There's more of a
on
negative
the energy
effect
regen
now.
on the shield. Yeah. There are little negative effects on other systems which are not boosted.
I'm gonna go after this guy here. Let's see if this even goes through. Should have fired my decoys first. I don't think they're gonna reach anyways. No, there's too many. Okay, so now I switch over to the bomber. Same thing here. If I'm using my, that was another thing to note. If I switch to engine overcharge, and I switch back to balanced or any other state, I can't use that warp until I have the full cooldown reset. So I kind of have a 30-second vulnerability period. I can't just switch out
Yeah,
of it
that's
and then
true.
get
I forgot to
away.
mention it. Yes,
Yeah, yeah. So that boost to get away while you're overcharging your engine does have a drawback in that if you can't get away from that and you need to warp away, you won't be able to for about 30 seconds. So you kind of have a bit of a period where you need to be really kind of thinking about what your tactics are when you use those different overcharge states now. You can't just blindly use them. So that was I guess that's the core idea behind what you were going for with this, right? A little more
Yeah,
interesting.
absolutely. Just note that the number, so it's the first balance part. So maybe, based on feedback, if players have some feedback, we can adjust the number further. So it will depend, like, is there a mod which is overpowered or underpowered, or is it in a good state right now? So we need to do more tests with that.
I'm about to go down. That was kind of cool. Oh, I somehow survived that. Okay, sure. Right, and I guess the last major item to cover in this patch is going to be the support ship AI has now been integrated properly into the game.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. I got me. Yeah. So we haven't seen it yet, just mainly because I've been playing small ships and stuff. But we'll have a look and see what's going around the field. Let's see if I'll spawn as not as a support ship. So the new support ships, if you haven't been following for a little while, they can go around and repair, rearm, and resupply. Basically, all the other ships. I can't remember specifically if the small ships are also able to be repaired and resupplied, right? Just capitals. Oh, did I lose you, Fabian?
Yeah. So the support ships can repair and rearm other capital ships. They can also do it on small ships, but the AI will not do it. Like the AI do not target specifically small ships, like an interceptor. But players can do it. So technically, you could, yes.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah. So in that case, yeah, the AI can't or won't, but human players can support all ships. So, and then as you expend the repair points, or I guess resource points is what you've called it.
Resource points, yeah.
Yeah, those resource points enable repair and rearmament, and you have a certain amount of those when you spawn. And when those are depleted, you have to then go and either replenish at a base, or you can collect crates that destroyed capital ships drop on the field, and then that'll replenish those resource points in the field for you. So
the resource crates also replenish ammo on your support ship. So, like, if you have missing drones, drone is also considered ammo, so they will replenish drones.
Okay, yeah. Oh, there we go. So I'm going to just spawn here as a cruiser away from the field. I don't think I'm going to be able to spawn in defense. There we go. Oh, I'm in a really dark area. That's cool. On the dark side of the gas giant, I think. So I'm going to orient myself away. Let's just have a look at what we were at. Yeah. Just leaving Perseus Station. And the base is over here. Orient myself. That looks nice. That's Selenus, a gas giant in this system. Actually, just look at the total system right now from... we'll go to the system map view. We get the warp drive charging.
Warp charging.
I guess something of note with the new overcharge system is that the new overcharge system applies to all ships in the game. It's not just the small craft. So as a capital ship here, let's see. Right now I have it. Oh, whoops. Oh, that's good to know. So if I set overcharge to engine while I'm in warp, it'll drop me out of warp. I will not do that again, and I'm now locked out of the warp drive for 30 seconds. That's okay. There it is. Okay. Yeah, so all the same benefits and drawbacks apply in the overcharge states. I would kind of request actually that if I'm in warp already, that switching to an overcharge mode isn't available. Like maybe disable that system. Disable that system so it doesn't drop you out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think that's a fair point, yeah.
Yeah. Not just for the sake of, stream dead air and downtime, but also just for, just from a use case point of view. So if I've got these overcharge states, I've got to be careful with them, especially with the weapon overcharge for capital ships. My weapons will probably overheat very quickly, and now there's actual drawbacks to that. I'll take damage, 15% damage on all my weapons if I overheat while firing. So I have to be very mindful of that. I could end up losing a bunch of my hard points. They'll slowly repair with the systems I have on this loadout, but not a good time probably. Okay. Yeah, let's just have a look. There's a bunch of people in game right now. Looks like 19 total have been in the match. So pop in and join us if you've got the game right now. It's a good time to jump in, experience what it's like with multiple players online at once. And as always, we have the... Oh, hang on a second. Where am I going? That mission over? Land assault? Yeah, we got a new mission starting, defensive land assault. So I'm going to change my target destination. We're going to go to the other side of Selenus. We'll drop down below Eristhia and over to Zestia base. It's a defensive mission. I'm going to be in the orbital battle as a cruiser. And we'll have a look right away. When the battle starts, we'll have a look at the haulers, because haulers will now spawn in with the main fleet on the first wave. Am I correct about that, Flavian?
They should spawn in all waves, even in the first one.
Yeah, and they'll kind of run escort and repair and resupply as needed. When they run out of resource points, they will go and collect crates on their own. And so they might do some odd things. So we'll keep an eye out for any weird behaviors. If you see anything in game that the AI do that feels wrong or odd, just let us know on the Discord. Let's have a quick look at some of the comments here on YouTube. That's the most busy chat with the largest viewer count. Let's have a look. A lot of chit chat from a few different people. Yes, we are still alive. Yes, we're still doing this. I cannot pronounce that name, but thank you, Karaskuo something, for some praise. Let's see. Old overcharge mechanics be available as modules. Random Passerby is asking if the old overcharge mechanics could be available as modules, so you can change out the overcharge system.
Yeah, we are considering that. We discussed that in a meeting actually last week.
Yeah.
We did not have time to do it for this patch, but I think it's a very interesting idea, because we can always add more upgrades or more modules that change either the number, the balance of numbers, or modify the behavior of some of the overcharge mods.
Yeah. I know that we talked about with the shields, the previous system didn't change the behavior of the shields. It just increased the recharge and regenerate. Whereas the current system now, if you're in an overcharged shield state, the shield goes from being probabilistic, allowing a certain probability of projectiles through, to being more absolute, so no projectiles go through that shield. But you're pushing more energy to it, and there are drawbacks for your weapons and your engines. So it kind of gives you a little bit of an overshield effect, kind of. But if you wanted to have a different module, you could have a different overcharge module for your shield system. a different overcharge module for your engines, a different overcharge module for your weapons firing rate system. Okay, just coming to the battle now. I'm on a defense mission, so the attacking team here in red, they're above the planet, or the moon here, Cinder. There's Selenus and Eristhea behind me. I came from the other side over there. Let's have a quick look at the system map, just so you can kind of see what we're looking at. Selenus, I think I spawned over at Eristhea. No, where did I spawn? I just did one big loop. I spawned at Cinder. I came back around. Currently, the system just has one gas giant, 2 moons, and technically a proto-moon, or I guess it's technically a moon-ish thing, Gallia. Have a look here where I am in the system.
Formation target lost.
And I want to have a look at what the support ships are doing. So let's head over to a cluster of capitals. Oh, here they are. This way. Let's go this way. Check them out. And if you're just joining us, the game is Infinity Battlescape. We have been in development for a number of years now, slowly advancing towards our 1.0 release, of which we have not announced a release date for that, but we're pushing for some internal targets, and we'll have some news at some point in the near future. PM. Coming soon. PM. Yeah. Patch notes, check out the Steam page for the latest patch notes. It's, as usual, a pretty extensive list. We haven't covered everything in the notes. I can just quickly scan over, have a look, as we're kind of getting closer to the battle here. There have been some gameplay and balance changes. So the turbo boost can be critically hit, temporarily shut down. So you can actually take hits, critical hits to ship systems. Turbo boost has now been added to that. The support ship had pretty strong shields, so those have been reduced. The overall hit points, decreased the support ship's regen rate as well for shields. It was ending up with situations where you couldn't take down the support ship as a destroyer, if I'm remembering that correctly.
Yeah. In a one-to-one scenario, destroyers could not really damage a support ship fast enough before the shield regenerated.
Yeah. Increased repair and rearm beams range from 3 kilometers to 4 kilometers, kind of extending the range of the support ship a bit there. Let's just slow myself down and warp for a second. Okay, it looks like that's a support ship there. That's an allied support ship. I'm going to set myself to a free formation so I don't end up drifting into the battle. Apparently I am engaging a target. That's good. Oh, he's going down quick then. Target destroyed. Just double check my weapon system here. Let's turn on my missile arrays as well. Just kind of observe it from here. So the support ship here is non-player controlled. Scoria Looters, you can see, is actively repairing this allied cruiser right now. So he came in, did a little bit of repair, rearm, and is immediately now traveling towards these resupply crates. Looks like it had it targeted. Yeah, there it goes. It's collecting crates. So the behavior is working as expected and normally.
It just ran out of resource point and goes to collect the crates.
There it goes. It's got some resupply now. It looks like it's targeting the next one.
2 or 3 are enough to replenish all the resource points.
Meanwhile, I'm actually engaging this cruiser here. Just gonna pop down and make sure. Yeah, I just overheated, so. Dark Void, calm down, Dark Void. Getting a little aggro there. Okay. There we go. Is Dark Void on our team? Oh yeah, okay. We're working it. Yeah, so support ships, along with human player ships now. I actually have a ally here on my 6, and I don't need any repair, but if I were to need repair resupply, I have now a lot more support on my 6. I'm currently targeting a support ship myself. Oh, those missiles are going to get thrown away. Yeah. I'm also playing with a keyboard and mouse for capital ships, and the game supports up to 4, if I'm remembering right, up to 4 unique input devices for controls. Let's just pop over here. So HOTAS setups, if you've got a HOTAS rig, throttle stick or multiple stick or whatever your preference is, you can set it all up in here with custom keybinds, as well as each ship having custom keybinds and gaming profiles set up for it. So my capital ship controls are using keyboard and mouse, so I have that set up, which is different from the small ship controls. So pretty extensive customization from a control point of view. So anybody out there who enjoys HOTAS games, cockpit games, or spaceship combat stuff, yeah, you'll have a lot of opportunity to customize your control rig. Tune it to your needs. Oop. Okay, good. My escorts are taking out the incoming bomber's torpedoes. That's good. Good to see. What else do we have here? UI and controls. The HUD now displays extra information about warp status, cooldown, broken, or in the center left of your screen. So just to the left of my ship right there, we've got the purple text, which shows warp 99 meters per second. I have to be above that threshold. So if I bring my ship up to 99, just over 99, that's the warp threshold there. If I start the warp, that'll charge my warp drive up here, get that engaged. And I can now see that the threshold or the thrust is reduced while engaging. And I can see my warp 109 meters per second. If I get knocked out of warp, let's overcharge. I now have a warp cooldown timer displayed right there onto the left side below that target speed. Gives you a little bit more indication of what exactly, what systems are, how your warp system is operating. And also the energy bar. You may have noticed it earlier when I was running low on energy. It'll actually flash orange, or change to orange once it gets below 20%, as an indicator of where things are headed. There's no audio indications. Let's see. There's no audio indicators for the heat overcharge or the energy depletion. Are there, Flavian? I don't think there are. No, someone was asking about that in the chat. We could have something like that. I'm currently away from any fleet engagements right now. That guy's not going to last long there. I won't worry about that one. I'm going to have a look over at that other formation. Looks like there's a bunch of human players headed down to the surface to take out the base. Oh, in cruisers and destroyers. Okay. I'm going to slowly head over towards the other formation of ships there. Bunch of bug fixes as per usual. Charged weapons and beams were on the support ships, would continue firing. That's kind of hard to just explain. There were some rare server crashes that happened. Those have been fixed. A double hardpoint on the cruiser hangar loadout has been fixed. The AI for the support ships are now active. And then also probability for AI capital ships to escort each other based on current commander strategy. The commanders for each team kind of have overarching strategies that they employ based on situation and as it changes.
So that one is interesting because, and I will elaborate just a little bit.
Yeah, go for it.
But sometimes the battles were dragging on a bit long. And while I was investigating why, I often saw that you had a bunch of capital ships that were engaging each other, while, for example, the reactor was vulnerable or something. And that's because capital ships were always escorting other capital ships. They almost never acted independently. And so you ended up, let's say, with a destroyer trying to attack another destroyer. And then around that destroyer, you had the entire fleet, which was escorting the single destroyer. So you had one destroyer with the target of attacking another capital ship, and the rest of the fleet was basically supporting that single destroyer. So you ended up with a cruiser escorting a destroyer. You ended up with 4 other destroyers escorting the destroyer, and so on and so on. And so you ended up with mini battles of a capital ship fleet. But meanwhile, none of these capital ships were trying to do the objectives. And so I consider that, especially when the strategy, went into full attack all-in, like a side has the advantage over the other side. Instead of playing safe and trying to escort each other, now you have a higher chance of some of the capital ships trying to act independently and trying literally to go do the objectives or to attack other capital ships. Like the probability of a capital ship escorting another capital ship is now dependent on the strategy. And when the strategy is more aggressive, the ships act more independent of each other instead of escorting.
Yeah. Yeah, so what else here? Yeah, one of the notes is because the AI now have the support ships acting and functioning as they should, battles might drag on a little more, so let us know if you observe that. It becomes something where you get into a stalemate situation.
The overcharge mods being revamped, especially with the regeneration rate and so on, plus the support ships that are repairing and rearming capital ships, the capital ships stay alive much longer in battles. And as a result, the battles can last longer than before. In some of my tests, some of the battles were lasting longer than 1 hour. While previously they were like half an hour to 3/4.
Target destroyed.
Oh, nice. You got that carrier down.
Oh, I made a mistake. And also, carrier debris is now in the game. When a carrier blows up, it doesn't just turn into confetti anymore.
Oh, yeah.
Woo. Getting a little close to that. That's okay. We'll pop through.
Nice.
Nice little formation. I've got a support ship on my 6, so I'm not too worried about torpedoes right now, but I am going to be trying to get into warp. I have 9 seconds left on that. And I think we'll swoop down and go for
Incoming torpedo.
this cluster over here, possibly. I do have a carrier that's targeting me, though. And they have a wing of ships on my 6. That's what that is. Okay. Flip back around. Miscellaneous things. New command line arguments to quickly launch a game and avoid preloading to speed up script development for modding. Now, there are a couple people that are working with mods. I know Pendrocker's one who's been spending time on that. And it'll allow him to basically boot the game more quickly to test things, if I'm understanding that right. That's pretty sure that's what you said you were doing. Yeah. So test challenge scripts, different mods and things. Yeah, only 3 HUD icons. There are icons for all ships. They haven't been implemented. So currently on the HUD, 3 different icon styles. Actually 4 technically. Well, there are multiple icon styles, but we want to have more implemented
for ships there
in the
are
near
3,
future.
but planets are circular, structures are a square, and so on. So we have more like for the other kind of entities.
Okay, I've got a player bomber on my 6. I'm just keeping an eye on that.
Incoming torpedo.
Moving towards player cruiser. Got another one. Highlighting that threat now. Still going after the original threat. They're going to go after you, though. My support ship. And I have an allied destroyer flying a little bit of cover. Crazed Guzman's on my 6 in a destroyer. Gotta watch for mines. Torpedoes coming in. And I'm getting close range, and my flak cannons are going after him. My anti-capital flak. which are a little overpowered. I just overheated, I think. Or I'm about to. Let's just turn off the Hercules cannons just for the second. Hercules cannons. Oh, I'm not in a good state, but one last volley should finish him off. Let's go. Let's do weapon overcharge. One last strafing run. Oh, that was kind of crazy. One last volley here. Come on, get those guns around. Wrap around, wrap around. Recharge the weapons. Get them in within range. I think I lost most of my weapons there. Yeah, now I'm down. Yeah, Marcus got me. Marcus was on my 6. Yeah. So, I had too strong a cluster. Yeah. So things are getting interesting. Things are more interesting, I would say, with the overcharge mechanics. I realized there too, the way that I use the overcharge for capitals, I have it bound to a single button and cycling it on my mouse. So I'm going to have to rethink that, since as soon as I switch cycle past that engine overcharge, I'm going to nuke my warp capability for 30 seconds. So I might need to instead bind that to the radial menu to select it from the radial
Ah,
menu.
yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Or manually set one of the custom buttons on either my joystick or my throttle to have a bit more of a manual setup for the capitals as well. With the small ships, I have it on the 3-hat or 4-hat direction, joystick on the top of the joystick. So I just pop between the 4 different modes really quickly. Okay, well that's good to know. Just my own personal feedback thinking about that. What else do we have? I think that covers the majority of the patch notes. There are a little things here and there that weren't included, just because over the time from the last patch, I know that I think there were a couple things that you had done but hadn't included in the notes. Can't remember what those are off the top of my head right now. I know that you did an attempt for Proton fix for Linux users.
Yes, apparently that one failed.
Okay, yeah, yeah.
So the problem is that I've been trying to avoid installing Linux myself to investigate, because I didn't really have much time to do that. Plus, officially, we are not supporting all these other systems. But we have a number of people who are using Proton. So I think at some point I will just bite the bullet, and I will, on one of my side computers, I will install Linux and give it a try myself. Because so far I've been, trying to implement a fix simply based on the feedback on the reports from players. So it's blind solution, and nothing seems to be working. So I will have to take a couple of hours, install Linux, install Proton, and then all the debugger tools, and give it a try myself.
Let's see what else we have here. Comments, questions, mostly YouTube. YouTube is super chatty today. Not usually this chatty, but we've got a couple of our veteran players in the chat answering questions and stuff. There we go. Thanks guys for that. Question: what other classes are still planned? The current classes of ship in game are the set of ships that we're going with for full release, or the 1.0 release. So there's not going to be any more additional ship classes. What's in game right now is what you're going to see at release. Excuse me. There we go. Let's pop out into third-person view. Pop into warp. Just spawned in a destroyer here. And I need to maybe think, yeah, so my key for that is here. Gotta go around Cinder to the other side of the planet, continue defending Zestia base. I did see some player capitals go down to the surface, so that's kind of where I'm headed. What else do we have? Yeah, I think we've covered the major updates in this patch. And I guess, what do we have planned coming up next? Because I know you had a limited time today, Flavian, so I think we've already kind of overrun that a bit. But what are you working
Yeah.
on next, and what should players and followers of the game expect to see in upcoming patches?
So the very next patch, we should focus back on visuals. Some of the remaining effects we wanted to do for the game, especially decal, which are little texture details on top of ships. For example, an explosion decal on the ship when it gets damaged, stuff like that. That will also be part of our Kickstarter rewards, so you can put little cosmetic decals on your own ships. So we will implement the decal system and it's more of an optimization, but we also have a trailing effect. So we render particle ribbons, which will allow to do smoke trails in a much more optimized way.
Yeah, I'll just enter the atmosphere right now to show a little bit of what that looks like currently. That system's going to be getting an update as we get the ribbon effects in. Jan's been working on that kind of in the background, along with improved explosion effects. So we'll see how all of that looks soon. Or in time.
And so the visual changes are probably for the next patch. Along, of course, the usual AI fixes on balance tweaks or whatever, and maybe some new upgrades as well. But then after that, the next patch, we will be almost near summer at this point, I think. We will be working more on the cross server platform, on more of the internal database rework, so that we can do monetization, marketplace, cosmetics, Kickstarter rewards, and all that good stuff for the release.
Oh, numeric values in the menus for sliders and menus. Was that something you
Yeah,
were gonna do
yeah.
too? Yeah. Random.
Yeah,
just,
we have to
just
do a
mentioned that.
whole menu polish pass.
Yeah. Oh, you got a spinal cannon shooting down from, I guess, orbital altitude, not from orbit, but orbital altitude.
Yeah, we have to do the rework of, I think it's a heavy interceptor chassis with the rocket launcher. It's still very awkward at the moment.
Oh yeah, the rocket launcher
Yeah.
weapon type needs a. It doesn't get used much because of that the cumbersome nature of it right now. I'm gonna jump on this target quickly. I've got some pretty heavy weapons in this system here.
Okay, I'll let you play then.
Yeah,
and,
I think that
I'll
covers
see you
it.
next time.
Yeah, thanks for jumping in and joining us there, Flavian. Ooh, I am screaming through atmosphere straight up on target. There we go.
All right, see you later then.
All right, have a good one
there,
Flavian.
Bye.
Cheers. And target destroyed. Ba-boom. It looks like the defensive engagement on this particular battle is winning. The defenders are winning. So let's just have a look. There's some presence on the base surface. It looks like we still have another reactor on our satellite base online. Oh, can't zoom in on that for some reason. Why can't I on that? Oh, that's okay. Yeah. So typically at the end of the development stream, I just jump in and do some gameplay with community. We got a number of people on the Discord here. Let me have a look at that. I'm going to continue broadcasting the gameplay here on Steam as well as Twitch and YouTube. We want to kind of make sure that we have our audience being able to get access to our updates on more platforms than just YouTube, kind of historically where we've done our live streams. And also Steam seems like a great way to reach new players as well. So people popping in, deciding whether or not they want to jump in and play the game for themselves, determine whether or not they want to make that purchase or not, or just kind of follow development and see what we've been up to without having to go to another platform. That spinal cannon shot is going straight down.
Destroyed.
There it goes. Just missed. Looks like it just missed anyways. Let's see. Yep, just missed. Yeah. And so I'm gonna, for future events and for development updates, I will continue to be streaming on multiple platforms. So you can kind of watch for that as we continue our development. And yeah, so I'm gonna jump in with the community chatter here, and we'll do a little bit of gameplay. If you have any questions, I am going to continue monitoring the chat channels. YouTube seems to be the most active. I'll kind of keep my eye there. So if you do have a question, give us a shout or just fire it through the chat. Yeah, I think that's basically it for now. I'm gonna have a look at the Discord channel, see what's going on. Looks like we got a bunch of live streams up. It looks like a couple of people are also streaming in addition to myself. And we have an event running currently on the Discord as well. So if you're gonna pop into voice chat there, we've got a few people online. I'm just gonna jump into that chat right now here. Okay. Have a look. 23 players currently, eh? Well, let's have a look. Hello, everyone. You are now currently live on the stream.
Hello.
Hey,
Oh,
it's
wow.
Alonzor. How's it
Hello,
going?
world.
Hello.
Hello, world. Hello. Triple stream.
Triple stream for the win. I have, let's see, I have dropped less than 1%, so 0.4% of frames due to rendering lag, and my network 0 frames dropped. So I'm getting, it's working very well. 2 encoding. Oh, there goes Dark Void. Where's he going? What's his target?
What's your guys' build for like weapons, for weaponry?
Uh-oh.
Do you guys use heat dissipators, dissipators and rotation thing?
I definitely use the heat dissipators. Yes. I don't use. There is a upgrade for destroyers now. Heat dump. If you go over to, I believe
It's
it's
for the
under,
cruiser, mind you.
not for the cruiser. I don't think the cruiser has the heat dump.
I have a heat dissipator in the fast Mark IV turret rotation thing. I have CWIS cooling. Overflack. Oh, I can't afford it. I don't have enough credits.
Yeah, there's heat dissipators and weaponry, and then there's CWIS cooling as well as burst cooling. And the burst cooling is like a active ability, so it uses energy. And oh no, that's burst fire. What am I thinking of? There is an active
Burst
ability.
cooling.
There is an active ability. So burst cooling is like, I think it extends. What was it here? Yeah, it reduces the burst cooldown between volleys, and reduces the heat gen. So it increases your DPS at the cost of projectile speed and range for your kinetic weapons. So that's under burst cooling, which depending on the weapon types you're using, like flak, that would be beneficial for flak, I would say. Well, potentially. Flak is already a pretty slow projectile. Where was it here? Energy regen, heat vent. That's the ability. Under propulsion. Why is it under propulsion? Heat vent. It's
Ooh,
not
we've
under
added a new
propulsion. What am I looking
sound.
at? Heat vent.
Heat vent is
Sorry,
under reactor
Gotcha.
in
reactor.
cruiser.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, so you do have it on the cruiser then. Yeah, so you're using a bit, injecting excess heat. Externally mounted infrared radiation coils. Heat level instantly dissipates at the cost of energy. So yeah, you're using an active ability to dissipate heat instead of a passive heat dissipation system. But it actually looks like we might lose this battle. That's unfortunate.
Do you know why the menu, the UI, makes the frame rate drop so much? I'm not experiencing it now. Come on, I guess no. Whatever.
Light assist on,
Weird.
off. Formation free. There we go. That's what.
So when are we getting the homeworld mod?
I did have someone ask about total conversion mods fairly recently. No support for that at the moment. In the future, when players can host their own servers and we expand mod support, we'll see what ends up happening. Basically, I would have to have a look at what IP rules are for different.
Well, it's
Like
the
we-
Steam Workshop, so as long as you don't
Yeah.
make money, right?
Yeah, as far as I understand it. So there's a Lomzor coming in. Oh, I've got an incoming threat here.
Incoming threat.
Lomzor, if you want to join
What
my
I don't-
squadron. Oh, that target is gone.
Destroyed.
That target. Why did that target get taken out? I've got a ton of stuff headed my way.
Oh, the tactical sensor map. Oh, it's a shame you don't have like sweeping radars. Like I know this is
That'd be
kind of
interesting.
like if
Well-
when you're on the tactical map, you have a sweeping radar line that shows you like.
Well, it's
I don't know,
more.
that's kind of
It's more like a modern radar. So every
it is.
every ship shares information across the field. So if you're detected by any ship, that information is automatically shared
Yeah.
with the entire fleet.
Sensor fusion.
Oop, popping into warp there, Lomzor. Gonna move
Yeah, Surveillance.
fast. Nope, no
You-
worries.
Just
You
joined.
should work for the United. You should work for all those fancy defense companies. You figured out sensor diffusion in a video game.
Hey now.
Though it would be just a neat little like thing. Like I don't know. It's nice to see the little like circle. It's like satisfying. You know what I mean?
Okay, I'm dropping into the cluster here, and we're gonna go for proximity mines are on 6. We're gonna go for proximity mines here. We're gonna drop them up
Oh,
this way.
Danger.
Hutch, would you know why proximity mines seem? I couldn't deploy proximity mines for the duration of the battle, and I'm pretty sure it's because they destroyed the sub point. But I didn't know you could do that.
Yeah, you can have your mines disabled. That mine system can end up disabled. I don't
Oh,
know
okay.
if that mine's gonna hit or not. No, it didn't. It's got intercepted quick.
Yeah, the
Never
carrier
mind.
just showed up.
Yeah, and the carrier's there with tons of AMS support. That's a nice little player blob. I'm not-
Yeah,
I'm
they
not-
figured out how to blob their players. What was it? I forget when we did this, but remember when we all had cruisers and we just sat behind the shield blowing the crap out of everybody?
Oh, that's a hard turn. Ow.
That's planning.
Oh, it was a while back then.
I'm losing control. I'm moving too quick in ammo. Yeah, no, I've got a few memories of large player formation stuff like that.
This is an interesting strategy I'm seeing.
What are you seeing?
There's 2 player bombers sitting right outside the landing pads firing off missiles and then going back into rearm.
Incoming torpedo.
On the landing pads.
Oh.
Yep. Yeah.
That's clever.
The turret.
Become
That's
turret.
kind of like, I mean, that's basically what infantry would be doing. They'd just be running, you sit in cover, fire when you need to, and then run to your ammo and pick it up and then run back out. It's kind of neat.
Okay, I'm whipping back around. Lomzor, I don't know if you're still on my 6. You are, okay. I'm
Oh my
providing
God.
active, oh, there's a lot of...
Okay, what are
That one
these
got
guys?
through. Those both got through. Ow.
I got 3 support ships just hanging out where I am.
Okay, let's see. What do we have? Need to have a look at this. Yeah, this target first. I'm going to be flying past and going for spuds. I'm going to drop a mine on his head.
Oh, good to know. I'm really close to that right now.
Okay,
Let me
gotta
know when you
change my
launch it.
trajectory.
Holy shit, there's just 3 supply ships just hanging out doing, like,
Just lining
nothing.
it up. Lining it up. Okay. That's a little close.
Incoming mine.
Oh shoot!
Oh,
My proximity
between
mine
the
system is
four.
offline. I made a mistake. That was bad. My proximity mines are offline. I need repair. Shoot. That wasn't good. How embarrassing.
There's a spinal cruiser by me that's,
Oh, no.
that's decided to fire its
Nemesis
spinal
Canvas
gun.
laser. figured.
Damn it. Of course the first thing they destroyed is the missile array.
Okay, I'm overcharging my shields and I'm leaving. So my shields are now absolute, except not quite. Ah, now the shields are gone. Oh. I'm falling out of the sky now. I don't have enough thrust. Even though I'm overcharging engines, I'm falling. Oh,
So it looks like the carrier overcharged its shields.
Gotta be
and
careful.
that makes it impossible for me to damage his turrets in a small ship.
Oh, nice. Thank you. I'm gonna slow down, slow down, slow down. I need help. Okay, flipping back. I lost a bunch of systems there. Radar's down as well. Radar offline.
How is
Okay.
it the missile arrays die so quick? Uh-oh.
Let's see here.
I appear to have become a favorite.
I should get away from that. It's very dead.
Let's overcharge those weapons.
Oh shit. I appear to have drawn quite a lot more attention. And I'm alone. Okay. Wow. How have I done this twice? Zero.
He's tumbling.
Oh my god, I'm being pummeled.
Nice. So right,
Humberto is pummeling me. Time to throw on the shields.
mid battle right there, I got a lot of massive repair from a support ship, human controlled support ship, and brought back my hull strength online nicely. I'm gonna overcharge shields so I can get those shields back up. Somehow survived that. Got a Corvette on my 6. It looks like I can provide a little. Oh, that was a decoy. That one wasn't. Let's just go to a balanced thrust state. Oh, sorry, I'm making this a little bit dizzying.
Oh no.
My screen.
I'm
Okay.
about to get shot by this cruiser. No. My shields are gone. And he sent me into a spin.
Okay, there we go.
I think this
Objective
is it.
defended. Barely. Is that actually
I'm gonna
vulnerable?
die.
The base shield was vulnerable.
Oh my god.
They almost took us down. Okay, we got to get back now to defend Zesthia. Oh no, that's the previous battle. That one's over. You can check out the battle report
I'm
here. Have a look and see what different players did. See your rating gains, etc. Let's have a look at this. We can just dismiss
Let's see
this.
what I can
There we
fly.
go. Interesting battle. Have a look. We got 28 people currently in game. Teams seem relatively not too balanced, actually. It looks like Scoria has a much higher average rating. A couple more players as well. Although, I think there are a couple players that have very high ratings. Yes, 6,000 from Serial Knife and 5,800 from Dark Void. So that might be skewing the stats a little. Everybody else seems to be relatively in the middle ground there. Okay, we're gonna move away from, yeah, those 3 systems are offline. We're gonna move away from this area. We're gonna be going on in the attack this time. Oh, you can see the fleet evacuating. All remaining ships are kind of fleeing the system. There we go.
Where's
There they
my
go.
money?
Woo!
Let's see how much money I have. Ooh, I have very little money, but I can afford a destroyer. Maybe
Let's
that's
have a
it.
look and see where that next mission is going to be located. Space Assault, Glimmerfall, Arestia. I'm currently around Cinder, so I need to... Is it around there? Yeah, it's Arestia. Oh, I
been
need
a
to
while.
get to... I need to get over to Demether Station. That'll be... let's just set that as my target. Make that my target. And I'm going to head there.
Selecting new target destination.
Charging.
gonna go to the other side of the planet. I need repair, resupply, and I think I might swap ships. Go back to the small ships maybe for a bit and show that off. There was a question earlier about VR. Our usual line on VR has just been post 1.0 launch. What else? Oh, that was a while ago. Oop, I gotta move away from the planet. When traveling in
Where
warp,
should I deploy?
I'm currently headed to Demether Station. However, Glimmerfall is orbiting the moon Aristhea, kind of a desert Mars-like moon. So we're going to be headed there next. I'm going to pop over to Glimmerfall. I'm basically just going to be doing a little bit of cockpit gameplay with the Interceptor, and then potentially jump into a bomber for attack. So I'll be spawning in on the carrier position, the AI or human-controlled carrier position. There we go. Somebody's having Colony Wars and Homeworld 2 flashbacks in the chat. Sounds like fun. Colossal ships from station parts. No. No, mobile station stuff. You could probably do it for mods, but at some point in the future, but not currently. Our core game is still going to have that core game loop. We have talked about introducing or reintroducing the Conquest game loop and posting that on servers, but we'll see how that goes. We want to make sure that all of our balancing has kind of been taking place in this back and forth point scoring system rather than a full total conquest system or system conquest mode.
That conquest mode was wild.
Oh, it's good when it works. It works. It's just it made balancing a lot of the mechanics much more difficult. It took more time to really determine what needed changing. Okay, let's get in here. Doc.
If I remember correctly, the time limit for those conquest modes was 12 hours.
Well, I mean, it was however long it took to take things out. I mean, you have battles that would
It never ended.
System battles that would last for days, and it would drag on. You'd get these punctuated moments, but the other problem was that as you destroy infrastructure, your momentum for the game kind of falls off. And it's not as interesting to watch, not as interesting to play. You want a game where things build to a crescendo and then end.
I wonder if you can do
climax.
that still. Like, as the game progresses, you can speed up the amount of resources that are given to the remaining stations. I don't know.
Let's see here.
All I know is I liked it in Battlefront. I was the last guy that survived in an entire battle.
I've just got a question here. It's random passerby. Will there be time to improve atmospheric physics effects? Losing thrust and locking rotation is not how rocket ships are expected to work in atmosphere. I think I'm trying to... Whoa! I'm going to crash right into the dock. Oh, that's perfect. I was looking at the other screen here. Okay, I could just self-destruct, but I'm here at this point. I may as well. Just go all the way. Okay.
Average Scoria employee.
Hey now. We hire only the best. Only the best. So that question. Atmospheric physics. In the last couple updates, there were changes to how atmosphere would affect the bankroll and, I guess, navigation in atmosphere. I don't know that you're locking rotation. Not really understanding the question based on how it's written, I suppose. Yeah, and shields definitely do melt in the crossfire now, especially when you overcharge shields. I don't know why those aren't repairing. I'm gonna dock and refund. And
Sir Asian Big Ball. Guess I'll jump on
Let's
here.
grab a
Holy
railgun
crap.
interceptor. I'll do a little bit of cockpit gameplay with the interceptor now. Jump over to
Oh.
the star map.
All right.
Let's have a look at. Oh, does anybody want to join my little squadron?
Yeah, I'm waiting
Am
for
I
you
not
to
already
choose.
in it?
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Oh, sorry.
I was waiting. I was waiting for you to choose what you want to play.
There's a
I can adjust.
lot of players at Glimmerfall right now. It's going to be interesting. Yeah, I'm definitely
I'm a little
gonna.
scared.
Yeah, there's a lot going
Look
on
at
at
all the
Glimmerfall,
fighters.
and I'm gonna go for Glimmerfall spawn, drop again.
Actually, I'm gonna stay on in this Corvette.
Okay.
I'm gonna try a spinal cruiser for the first time. A little bigger than
Just
what I'm used to
resetting my
flying.
controls. Got my joystick and throttle here. I'm using pedals for roll.
What's
There
the
we
range on
go.
the spinal cannon?
150 kilometers.
What?
Unless you have the upgrade, it's 75 with the upgraded, or the, not an upgrade, it's a rapid fire system. Okay, let's have a look
Drop
and
in
see.
just inside that.
I think I just Mr. Presidented the carrier. Uh-oh, the carrier's about to get very much shot by a cruiser. Oh, with the spinal cannon.
Stealth enabled.
Interesting, the type of microphone that Hutch Unlocks uses. You both sound very similar. You both sound very similar.
Oh,
Even
yeah?
your voice sounds
I'm using my iPhone microphone.
The inflection is different.
Oh, I just overheated. I think I damaged all my weapons. Beautiful.
Just like
Almost instantly.
Over.
Come on.
Oh no.
How much support tips do you add per fleet?
Oh my god, I'm being fire.
Sorry, there was a question there?
Jodson, don't betray me. The AI is pummeling me. Oh my
Portal
god.
cannons don't like me.
Oh,
I am half health.
oh he's got.
God damn, you get pummeled.
Let's turn off those
Oh, I have
weapons
to
there.
spawn to light ship. Nerd monster. I'm here.
Come on. Oh, something else took him
You've
out.
given me life, but it's not enough. Oh.
There we go.
There were 3 destroyers gunning me down. Do I have enough to spawn this anything?
Okay, I need to get a different loadout. This seeker launcher is just not doing it for me. I need EMP missiles. That's what I need.
You could subscribe to our Lord and Savior rockets.
I could try rockets. Oh, that looks beautiful. Just observe the tranquil beauty of the battle.
Anti-Corvette.
by the blob there.
Quite the blob.
Hutch on the edge of the blob.
Edge of the blob. Going in.
Shut that.
There's a bomber. Unknown.
Something I can shoot at.
Hutch is inside the blob. Okay.
Yeah, I gotta be careful. Gotta be really careful with these new overcharge modes. I used to switch just overcharge without consequence, really.
Gambling.
Still got shields. Okay, it went through. Oh, and overcharged again. Ah, I overheated again.
Oh, that's a small issue. They just dispatched an nemesis. Don't like it when they do that.
Ah, I
More
did it
ships.
again. That's the third time I've done that. My weapons are gonna go down. Okay, target down. Get close to an ally here.
Overshooting.
There's so many lasers.
you down. Pop back this way. That a support ship? Nope, that's a destroyer. Get away from that. Hey Lomzor, I'm moving in on your 6. Coming in for chase formation.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing here.
Oh no, it's okay. You're doing okay so far. Getting close to some danger, but a quick look at the chat. Brief YouTube reload. What was that? Okay, so oh yeah, rotation locks in atmosphere. Yeah, I understand now what you mean there. Random. Some of the ships have it more than others. Different aerodynamic properties. Question about balancing torpedoes and bombers. That's kind of the constant back and forth. Balancing torpedoes and bombers against capital ship gameplay. Oh jeez, what am I doing? We've rebalanced and balanced torpedoes, AMS, capital ship gameplay back and forth multiple times. Oh, hey, this guy's vulnerable. How much damage can I do? Oh boy. Do a little bit. Do a little bit of damage. Will we be addressing the bomber and the capital ship gameplay again? Probably. Oh, did we add? No. The hauler support ship debris has not been added yet. That's a friggin' mine right next to me. Let's move away from that. Yeah, so there's constantly a play between balancing torpedoes, bombers, capital ships, the AMS systems, effectiveness of mines, missiles, like with the capital ship missiles. That's kind of been an ongoing thing. So will we be readdressing the balance? Potentially, at some point, it'll get another look. Right now, things are feeling okay. If you are a capital ship and you don't have AMS, it's advised that you play in proximity to ships that do. So it's much
I'm
wiser.
struggling to do that right now.
Yeah, it's typically better that you stick around allies that have that AMS support if you want to avoid getting taken out really quickly by bombers and torpedoes. There we go. That's kind of the way that the ships are really intended to operate is they work together rather than being individual ships kind of doing their own thing. So bombers get escort from fighters typically. You'll see that now with the AI behaviors. They'll randomly jump in and resupply you. Oh, nice, Pendrocker here. I'm going to go in for resupply. Well, actually, I'll eject and redeploy. I'm going to switch into a bomber. Yeah, we have an allied. Yeah, I'll spawn on Pendrocker. Check my ship here. I'm going to go for a bomber. Some bomber gameplay. I've got the space, my space loadout here. I'm going to check. Halcyons and railguns are both going to be that stagger fire. I prefer that typically. I know that, I think it was Commander Smartass asked if we can have the stagger fire be something that toggles with a button. There's the possibility for that to happen. I would say put that request in on the Discord and see what other people say too. I wouldn't mind having a toggle for that.
Not possible to use the weapon groups to toggle between?
Probably.
Because it's per weapon group, right?
Currently active weapon. It just means it's an extra key, and I know that was what Flavian wanted to avoid, having another keybind, since the keybind. Yeah,
that's true.
It's already quite high. Oh, he's accelerating. I'm not going to be able to spawn in on that location easily. Pendrocker, slow down. Thank you. He's slowing down.
Wait, I can spawn in the destroyer again. If I don't wait.
He's speeding up again. Okay, I'm spawning over here.
Why am I losing SP?
You're losing ship points?
SP replenishes for 60 seconds based on.
Oh, I'm gonna miss so badly.
Oh, interesting. So it's well, so I'm getting less SP. Huh?
Got him. Another EMP. My railguns, and oh, there goes another EMP hit. Good. Did some damage to the shields. Check my surroundings quickly. So bomber gameplay, right now I'm flying in a bomber that has the EMP torpedoes currently active. They do massive damage to a target's shields, less damage to your hull. Whereas a standard torpedo will do kind of a mix of damage to both shields and hull, and a kinetic torpedo will do more damage to hull than shields. So because I have the EMP torpedoes, I'm going to be targeting ships that have a high shield
Target acquired.
and kind of help targets that have that. Ooh, who's helping? Godmaster, where is he? Gotcha. Destroyers, active destroyer. Let's have a look here. One bomber almost killed me in a destroyer with 4 AMS, so no, that isn't balanced. Depends, yeah. Oh, whoops. I think a missile got me. I was looking at the other screen. I think I couldn't even hear the alarm going off in my head. I've heard it too many times. I was alarm blind. It went alarm deaf or blind, whatever you want to call it. Couldn't hear it anymore.
Multitasking. So.
Yeah, no, I was reading a question. I was trying to read a question here. Yeah, one bomber, it was probably a player bomber is my guess. If you're in a destroyer with 4 AMS, yeah, that does sound like, and took you out completely. I know that let's see here, my loadout, or the heavy bomber loadout that I have, pretty sure my payload on this is actually more than 10 torpedoes. I have 15 torpedoes on this. And if I combine that with a long bombing run and accelerate towards you, I think the most I can get off is around, I think you're about right, yeah, 8 or 10. You're going to be able to have your AMS systems kick in a little bit. I think it's 5 or 6 kilometers.
Oh boy.
And then some of those won't, some of those will reach, and actually we have it happening right now, right here. One got through. Yeah, a cluster of torpedoes all fired at once can overwhelm the AMS. If you're a lone destroyer, though, I would still say you should be in a formation flight with other destroyers. Stick with the fleet. You can lone wolf it, but you put yourself in a vulnerable position when you do that. But if it does feel broken, if you can get a recording of it, if you can show it happening, I mean, we've had people complain about that in the past, and we've looked into it. So if it becomes an issue, it ruins the experience. It's never fun, right? So yeah, definitely provide feedback on the Discord.
That's really trippy. I thought I was inside a space station when I spawned. It's just the fact that I'm on the dark side of the planet.
Yeah. Okay, so the ultimate goal here is actually to go after the base. Let's set this to the base here. Got a lot of things going on out of the fleet. If the fleet battle ends, so if the attackers win, the commander will switch to an all-in, directly attacking the base. But currently it's a split push tactic, so majority of the fleet is staying over here with an attack force inside the shield trying to take out those shield generators. Yeah, the ships are all flying formations now. It's so much nicer. Like that target's gonna go down in a minute. Let's go for this one. Oh, I don't have decoys on this one, so I have a standard torp launcher. An EMP missile.
Is it a really bad time to try a spinal for the first time?
Yeah.
Being hunted by 2 cruisers.
Danger alert.
Oh, that was a mine that hit that one. Yeah, no, that one went down. That one went down quick because there were a bunch of other ships around it, also inflicting heavy damage. We've got quite a cluster of destroyers here. Wouldn't be surprised if the player commander or the commander does something different
Target destroyed.
in a second. We'll see.
Charging.
I'm going for the base. Yeah, no, that's a good argument. One bomber shouldn't be able to kill a destroyer or a cruiser on its own, only in a group.
Yes, you are.
Yeah.
Oh, I like the debris from a lot of these ships.
Oh yeah, yeah, that's good.
They blew up a Corvette and then it exploded so spectacularly into like parts. It was amazing.
I'm gonna take out the. Oh no, wait, that's a defense tower. Where's the? There's a shield right there.
Good thing the person that made those just happens to be in chat right now.
Yeah. Well, there you go. Thank you.
It was great. That's my favorite part. So.
Took way too long to get those done. Now that they're done, it's nice to call it finished.
Get to relax. Be calm.
Is there any AMS? There's a lot of AMS.
Manually disable your guns. Shooting at a random fighter.
Going right into the heart of it.
Nope. Not gonna be able to take anything out.
We need more people who play support that try and give people ammo or repair their turrets, because that would be really helpful. It's like almost
Well, it's
never.
not, we're too spread out.
Hey.
If we closed ranks and and put ourselves in close proximity to said support, we would all experience that benefit.
Oh
But
boy.
because we don't do that, we don't benefit.
Oh shoot, it's right there.
Yeah, but it was around like supports earlier, and they didn't know the concept of doing. Sad. Oh well. It's not like I'm helping train people or anything. I can't really complain.
Whoa. Hello.
Work forward to me.
Target
Ah, shoot. I
destroyed.
did it again.
AMS.
Damaged my weapons again. Not fun. Keep damaging my weapons. Gotta maybe have a better way to show that.
There's a habit.
Yeah, my old habit of just firing weapons until they overheat is not something I can do anymore.
I never even had that as.
When I set chase, it's the only thing that changes is the speed the ship is going, correct? Not the direction.
Shoot. Advise not to fly into
Impressive.
walls. Don't do that. Yeah, very impressive. Okay,
I was running and he still got me.
let's see.
I use a
Yeah.
very fast lightweight destroyer.
I think I'm gonna go with the railgun. Oh, I have 4 railguns. Let's try 6.
Trying to see if I like the new engine overcharge.
I have a couple of cruisers going in unpunished. Hutch, are you using EMP or kinetic torpedoes right now?
I will be using EMP torpedoes on this next build.
I'll come join you and use kinetic.
Okay.
And we can do a tandem run on cruiser.
Yeah. Yeah.
The tango. Because it takes 2 to tango.
an idea to maybe dump torpedoes from far. So we used to be able to launch torpedoes from as far as 100 kilometers away. That got nerfed to 50. So if you do a high-speed bombing run from 100 kilometers out, you could dump, I think, a torpedo every 3 seconds with overcharge, if I was right. 3 to 4 seconds. And they would stack, and you end up basically having a very tight group of torpedoes land on the target at the same time. Ultimately, that was an abusive tactic that overwhelmed the AMS systems. So we reduced that to 50-kilometer range. So now from 50 kilometers out, you can start a run like that, which reduces the impact of it, but it does still land pretty hard if you get a good angle. I know that in one of the recent builds, we had destroyers acceleration increase. So they can actually get out of the way once a torpedo reaches a top speed more effectively. So they're actually a little harder to hit with your torpedoes. So if you're experiencing it right now or it gets frustrating from a long-range bombing run, then that balance might need to be addressed again. So definitely put that feedback on the Discord. Let us know. We'll have to have a look at it again at some point here. Like if I were to go on a bombing run here at Marcus, 50 kilometers away, I could start firing more torpedoes now, 15 of them. I would get closer and closer and closer as each torpedo deploys. There's going to be a certain point at which I can't fire another torpedo or to arm before it hits the target. So there's going to be a hard limit on how many I can deploy. And that's kind of where that interplay is. If you're talking about reducing the range further from 50 to 25, or if you change the way AMS works, increasing the range of AMS. But then all of a sudden, if you start increasing the range of AMS, it changes that effective torpedo range. Like right now, if you have a cluster of 4, right, there's a cluster of 4 destroyers right there ahead of me. Those 4 destroyers, if they all have AMS systems, are going to make my torpedoes essentially useless in that kind of bubble area. You can see it happening right now. So that mine just got taken out by that one there. There's another mine he deployed. Oh, AMS systems are knocking out missiles almost immediately after they're launched. Okay, now he's targeting me. Strafe the weapon locations. Oh, yeah. Hello.
If you could do like a film grain looks of things, like if you could do like sort of.
Let's go for decoy.
Floating around.
See how the decoys do. So right now I'm firing decoys. You can see that those decoys are not being hit by anything, but support ships have chaff and flares, so it's not gonna be effective. Yeah, I need to go. Did I overheat? That was a quick overheat.
He's moving.
There we go.
Second, third time that's happened. I've lost my ability to use my mines again.
Okay, I need to switch my HUD so that I've got. Oh no, they're down there, bottom right. Currently flying chase formation with the Zergodmaster. Let's get a pick a target. We've got a target. Setting squad target. Engaging target. Going in for EMP torpedo launch. Oh, point blank.
That's terrifying.
I wasn't even looking yet. It's the second time now.
So EMP, there goes one.
Alright,
I don't know what he's got.
He should zero my
Shields are at least. Shield just went down. Okay, he's gonna fall fast.
Okay.
Target's going down.
That should do him in then. Seaways doesn't take it. Yeah, there he goes.
Okay, target destroyed. Woo. There he goes. I'm gonna pop over to Pendrocker for some resupply.
Where's Pendrocker? I need to see resupply out there.
Okay, let's go like that. Check the
Let's swoop in and
range.
pop some shield generators.
Doesn't look like there's much out here. We could probably dive in on the base now. If they want to. There's 4 more shield gens online.
We do have a huge fleet advantage.
That is true. There's a lot of destroyers here.
What I don't like is the
Alright.
Glimmer Wall has asteroids, so I can't really use my fighters there.
Their warp
Oh, yeah.
interference is down also, apparently.
Lomzor,
Okay.
you're insane, Lomzor. I almost wanted to move.
I just assume it's gonna be fine.
Okay, let's
I'm running
move
out
in.
of ammo, by the way.
It looks like
This
a
is
lot
not
of these
the combat prototype. You don't
a lot
have
of these
this,
destroyers are flying escort. So if you guys move in closer, they will follow us.
There's a lot of AMS.
Yeah. Well, let's go after those. Where are the human players? What are they up to?
There's a
Formation
bomber
target
player
lost.
coming after me, but that's pretty much everyone. That's not
Gunman
at the
found
station.
me.
Yeah.
Let's have a look and see what's going on. Okay, they are turtling inside the shield now. They're dealing with the stuff inside the
Yes.
shield. Okay.
Yeah. It does look.
I'm standing by for repairs. Never getting any.
I'm a double agent here.
Make sure you're close enough. I've got a 30-second cooldown on my
Firing at
warp.
me.
I'm gonna start
Oh, yeah.
moving towards. Moving towards the base.
Okay, then why is it my proximity mines and warp jammer are always the first to go?
Most fragile system. I'm not sure about the warp jam, but proximity mines, I did lose those really quickly too, on as a destroyer.
It seems a little weird because that would be doors. The proximity mine, that seems a little silly. Also, it's not been repaired.
Nova Flame seems to be
Usually
struggling with
lose
the
an
bomber.
EMS first, and even though I have
Despite being near the repair ship and having all the benefits of, I mean, I get that there's a cap for how much a repair ship can do, but I guess they can't repair the proximity mine weapon system.
Let's see. I
we
want to
still
go
need to solve the
for.
mystery of how come the repair ship can supply infinite ammo to its allies, but not to itself. That's just one of those mysteries.
Hey now.
One of life's great.
Okay,
Well,
I've got a
actually,
shield
no,
generator
that's
targeted.
something
I'm gonna go on a
that's
bombing run
really
here.
It's one of those friendship is.
Oh, guys.
Who's got me? I am going to be switching.
we have some players attacking Phaeton and Nova Flame.
I'm assisting Nova.
Does anyone have a spinal cannon? Are we bombarding their shield with one? Or should we be going after Belor 45, who's got a spinal cannon cruiser just on his own?
They're actually moving away from the base, leaving it vulnerable. I'm gonna go for the base. I want to take out those shield generators and then knock out the reactor. That'll draw them back in. It's going to be a little bit of a cluster, but I'm jumping in.
I might have scraped the player bomber across the top of my destroyer. It's nice, because that did a little bit extra damage.
Targeting the shield generator.
I'm going to support Cyril Knife against Belor 45.
Yeah,
You probably did. I overcalculated my momentum.
Shield interference.
You know I'm fine.
Careful.
coming from.
There it is.
You're being targeted by. Yeah, I can't stay here.
There it goes. Down. Target destroyed. Whoa! Oh, wow! What was that? Oh
My
no!
destroyer,
That was painful. I got close and Gunman had very strong COS.
Yeah,
Ouch.
Big trouble.
That was my mistake. Yeah.
it's very hard to coexist as a small ship in a
No!
atmosphere with player large ships. CUS just kind of racing.
So lethal.
Oh man.
There's not a lot of targets attacking the base. I don't have the option. I guess I could get
Well, I softened Belor's shields, but I have
see.
to go.
I
have to
was
heal myself.
engaging Belor and then all of his cruiser friends.
I think
showed
I'm
up.
gonna go for I'm gonna switch to the kinetic torpedoes.
Yeah, I have like no ammo. And
Dark
I'm being misspell
Void.
spammed.
Oh, Dark Void. Allow me to deploy. Nope.
If you deploy on the AI
Can I choose
carrier,
Pendle car instead?
I'm
Yeah.
Spawn?
very slow.
I'm going for the
That
AI.
ship can spawn on me.
Actually, probably could go for another run.
How can I choose?
Alright.
I do not know
Okay.
what my. I do not know the strategy my team is doing.
They're kind of off doing their own thing, it looks like. They've got a
Yeah,
formation
they
over
like made
there,
us-
but
yeah, they made a sail.
Yeah, I have to click on you on the map.
I
Alright.
don't know if I want to help.
I spawn Pendle car.
Well, I guess I should. I'll go help.
incoming threat?
Carrier.
It's a support
And they're
ship.
still alive. Unbelievable.
Why is there a support ship over there? What's it doing? What's this lone support ship doing?
By a lot of torpedoes.
There's a lone support ship targeting the fleet.
Should have helped them sooner. with
Enemy
a little-
team cruisers are so dead.
Interesting.
Has bombs as cargo, obviously.
Okay, we've got a support
Wow,
ship
that
just YOLOing in.
torpedoes Swarm.
There he
It's from
goes.
Dark Void. I haven't sent my own.
Yeah.
Only Habit could use such underhanded tactics.
What is that? Yeah. Wait, no.
Overestimated my speed again.
Why did it have a scoria skin on it? Confusing. I don't know what that was. Okay.
Can you
Random
switch
two.
the enemy team's skin with the console commands that do that?
You can, yeah.
You can.
Yeah, that might have been what that was. I don't.
Is that a
AI
human? Human player? I don't know.
Are
Gotta
you
be
okay?
careful. Swamping in. No, just a
Shield interference.
Okay.
2 more shield generators. 1 main, 1 there. I'm gonna go for that one.
Oh, I've been
Right
hitting by
there.
that, that's why I'm not flying away. Oh, repair.
A lot of EMP.
Incoming missile.
So much AMS in here still.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's
No.
still a lot of defense modules
Come
you guys
on,
have to
hit
destroy.
it. Nope. No, I got it. I'm in range.
I've been repaired. I'm over Pendrover.
I'm too close.
Crap.
Are the AI able to use overcharging?
Mines? No, you're not gonna rearm your mines. Got nothing like that in my cargo bay.
Yep, here he comes.
The system is damaged. It's telling me I can't use
Oh.
it.
I never knew that you damaged that system.
Have fun with that torpedo. Oh no.
We lost there, but it was
to
probably
run.
a lot. See, this is why light cruisers are a better idea. You can evade the majority.
Gonna
Not the
get a
most
taste of
effective
my
tactic
heavy
there.
Missiles.
Let's see.
Go backing up.
You're bottlenecked by the reactor itself. On the ship. Per Lamb's capability.
Okay, I'm gonna go for a bigger ship. Let's switch over to cruiser. They're saying cruiser survivability is more difficult now.
On this particular patch?
And I tend to. Oh, I can toggle stagger fire on a spinal cannon. That's an interesting.
do?
Nothing. It would do
Why are these
nothing.
missiles not leaving me? What the heck?
Double spinal cannon.
What does
Double
that do?
spinal cannon. Well, in the rare build, yes, where you have 2 spinal cannons, you can alternate fire with them
Yeah,
instead
the
of-
heavy bombardment cruiser.
instead of double
I
firing.
currently have almost every class of ship targeting me.
Ooh, hello, Sir
Multi-barrel
God.
spinal cannon.
I overshot it.
Yeah, I'm spawning a spinal here. Do some snipes. Alignment, velocity vector, good.
Charging.
How do I undo formation stuff?
Set your formation to free. Free
Do I have to
formation.
hold G? Which
Oh,
one's
there,
the
yeah,
buttons?
yeah. G. Whoa. Hello. Yeah, G will select your nearest. There's a bunch of
Well,
stuff
no,
with G for
usually
target
opens up the
selection.
radio menu.
Yeah, for me, V. There's formation
Jeez.
stuff
Yeah,
here,
okay.
and energy distribution here. And power off your ship if you want.
Yep. Okay. I see that.
It's stealthy.
Powering off? Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It's super. It's more stealth than stealth.
Yeah.
Line of sight only.
Not if you have a low light camera.
Let's see how it looks on the main.
Passive detection.
Look at all these destroyers.
Yeah, that looks cool.
I don't think our side knows what to do.
That's okay.
Stealth.
They're just like, yeah, I mean,
That might actually be a really good idea here.
defend, I guess.
Yeah, there are target priority differences. So depending on the class of ship that the AI is, it'll have a different target priority for the other 7 ship classes, based on kind of what their main targets will be. So they'll prioritize, like a cruiser will prioritize the other cruisers and destroyers and carriers more so than it will the small ships, like very low priority on small ships. For instance, I need to get this selected. Space assault, make target. There we go. Let's go that way. Target torpedoes with an SSM battery.
This nemesis.
Oh,
Yes,
sure.
shoot at me, enemy player. Hit
I
your own
checked
shield generator. Oh my gosh, it's working.
Yeah, that works.
They can't get the objective of killing the shield generator if we kill it
I'm
first.
gonna go down.
They'll fail the objective. Brilliant.
That shield gen's on like
Okay.
1%.
Is it the one in the center?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, the
Okay.
big one. We could just park
I should get it the next round.
Take the edge off.
Carrier is faster than a destroyer without having.
No, it shouldn't be. I think
Without the power up going full speed, it allows me to pin Draker without running me.
I know that there were some balance changes to acceleration for the ships in the last patch, before this one.
Now,
So I think that we increased the acceleration of. Pretty sure we increased the acceleration of the carrier overall.
I can
Okay.
feel it, yeah.
Here we go.
I should go for intercepting dark voids instead of screening the torpedoes. I think that'd be productive.
Okay, there's still 2 shield generators. Where are they located?
The center.
They in the center there? Yeah, I think they're being protected as well, so I need to move position. Reposition myself here.
You had a lot of impulse.
6 SP.
Oops.
Warp. Charging.
I don't think. Gun equip.
Okay. Reposition. Put myself over here. We got a duck.
I heard that.
We got a duck somewhere.
Yeah, we do.
Oh boy. Oh no.
It's the soundboard.
Yeah.
So it looks like it's the center shield generator, and then the, I guess, upper one for going reference to the planet.
Oh, I see it. Yeah, there's a small one there.
I can take the small one real quick.
Take the small one. I'm gonna prioritize the large one at the center. I'm getting a good angle on it here. As long as they don't pick me off with a ship, I should be able to get land a spinal hit on it in just a second.
Why is my thrust missing? What the heck?
Oh, we're
Oh
overheated.
no. Okay, well. He's body blocking it now. Spinal cannon coming into range. We're gonna go spine exclusive.
I'd like to know the approximate timing to strafe up and down to avoid most auto turrets.
And if he wants a body block a
Firing.
spinal cannon shot, that sounds like a good idea.
Don't think I have it in range. It might be. Good hit. Target down.
Destroyed.
I'm moving out. They're coming after me. There's one more left. One more left.
Harass them.
Flight assist on. I need to move away.
It's just the small one.
Oh, the shield just came
It's
online.
at 5%.
Shield's at 1%. Just take that shield down. Knock it down.
This might be a bug. Hutch, if a carrier has a bubble shield, then go into the bubble shield. I don't take any penalty.
Ow! Siwis, come on, do it.
Got it.
We need more
Okay.
destroyers at the base. There's so many player bombers here.
EMP torpedo, there's one. Oh, there's another one. I'm trying to fly away from it, but... Yeah, a lot of decoys in that though, and I've taken out some of them. That's the EMP. That's the EMP right there. It got me. Shoot. Okay, I need to move away. Ow. I have a carrier targeting me? I think I do. I must. I just have a couple players.
There is no.
Coordinated torpedo strikes.
I just took Beller out with rockets. That was very satisfying.
Come on,
Some
accelerate.
explosions.
Ow.
Losing guns. The fire target.
Decoy. That one's a torpedo. Got it. Okay, there's another one. Ow. No, they're knocking me out. I'm out.
There.
No good. Wow. Oh no. It's totally unnecessary warp ram.
Hey, I'm getting repaired.
I was already dead. He just sacrificed his ship.
Hey, good for us.
Oh, there's still a turret.
That's okay. I'm gonna go back now to a railgun interceptor getting close. Is there still a hello?
Too close for guns and you're switching the vessels. The other way. It's always you.
Just happened there. Mission over?
Oh, I need
That's
help
still
with
going.
Belor. He
Oh no,
he's
there we go.
at a hangar
Belor
shooting
back.
torpedoes at me.
I'm going.
Gonna
Okay.
get you, little bomber.
Drop in.
Heading for Belor.
He's in his hangar, by the way.
He's outside now.
Okay. Oh, that's so much torpedoes. Actually, no, it's only 4. I can take that.
Did you just launch a torpedo at me?
That might be me. I apologize. I'm using a different device than the device playing the game, and you might be hearing it talking to you.
Ah.
Oh, wait. Oh, I'm gonna hit a carrier. Uh-oh.
Okay,
Oh, that was
those
so close.
the reactors are exposed.
I worked it.
That was so close.
Go for
I almost killed Pendrocker.
Wait,
Charging.
they did.
yeah, seekers are fine.
No, only for collision.
Beller's dead again. They are not happy now.
What I think's going. Oh, player entered. Oh, that's not good.
The overcharge feels really good. The shield feels a little strong sometimes.
Yeah.
At least on a smaller ship. That's probably not a bad thing with how easily you can die in a small ship, so.
There.
Trying to take the heat off.
I need help with an AI cruiser.
Beller's back. Some rockets, my guy.
Asteroid, asteroid, asteroid.
Whose bomber is that? Oh, there's another cage. Okay. There's 3.
Use my seekers to knock out those torpedoes. And got one. Good. Where did that bomber go? The decoy. It's already 10 clicks out. That's annoying.
Charging. Target destroyed. Target destroyed.
I just got my kill. Stuff.
The reactor's gonna go down.
Hey.
So it looks like if you overcharge shields while you're being shot at by railguns, they do basically nothing to you. It's very nice.
Sorry, say that again?
When you overcharge shields, railguns do very, very little damage to you because it is
right.
primarily kinetic.
Yeah,
I'm a fan.
yeah. That's a good point.
Railgun spam does not solve every small ship engagement anymore, which is good because we want to be switching between energy and kinetic for
Yeah.
more interactive gameplay.
Yeah, that's a good point. I gotta be a little bit more mindful of that
Bomber.
now.
That also means that I'm actively switching between overcharge modes instead of just sitting on guns, which is also very fun.
Oh, we've got players trying to flee. Let's see.
Interceptor's chasing me. How it be?
Next battle is going to be a defensive battle.
Let's go there, pair there then.
The warp bubble for the cruiser or the carrier is absolutely massive.
Don't always appreciate the scale of some of these things.
Oh, Hutch, I have a clip to send you at some point. I did fly through the carrier debris. Very cool.
Oh yeah. Let's do an over the shoulder here.
No Easter eggs.
Not
Yes,
that I could find. It was spinning.
there are. There are
I'll
things.
get to them eventually.
There's some
On the debris,
things.
yeah. Every debris or just the carrier?
A couple of the debris pieces too.
At 1.5 km for 30 seconds, and I'm allowed to board.
Looks like all the enemy players quit.
Oh, really?
No.
No.
That's funny.
I'm
Oh.
still
About 50%.
now.
Yeah, we definitely have. There's more on this team. At this team.
Pendroker with 22,000 points.
The way PlanetSide does it is if there's a lower player count, you get a bonus XP if you play on the low player
Oh, that's a good point.
count.
Yay! I got the most on our side.
Maybe
though,
drop
even
that
though
in feedback.
I wasn't super helpful.
So Flavian will see it. Flavian isn't
Okay,
probably
thank
won't
you.
watch back the stream that
He's
much.
probably going to
Yeah.
think about that during polish phase.
Stream viewers are also winding down a little bit as we get more into the weeds of the gameplay.
I think this is the issue that most people.
Yeah, well, the support ship AI seem like they're functioning. Any cruisers experience a little support at this point, or any of the cap ship players? Have you experienced AI support ships jumping in and assisting?
Not for me, no. I think
Not
I
yet,
was
no.
damaged even that time.
I saw a little bit
Space,
early on.
What's the jump called? Anyway, in jump, in parallels, I'm experiencing odd frame jumping.
Hmm.
Oh, just frame rate-ish stuttering problem.
It's
Could
not
be
a frame rate issue as much as it's like I'm experiencing lag, but it's definitely on my end.
Yeah.
Does it like push you towards the planet when you get too close?
No, not quite that. It's like when I move my mouse, I skip a few frames between where the mouse started and where I'm supposed to be looking.
Right.
Like I'm dropping frames. Like I don't know how else. I can't record it to show you. But
Let's see, mission, defense mission, space assault, Demether station. Let's see, good destroyer. I've been streaming now for
Oh.
2 hours, which is the usual kind of development stream length.
did I tell you when I open the menu, I have a huge frame drop?
Yeah, I think that might be, well, if you're
I've seen it
report
once.
report what you're experiencing in the
Yeah.
in the feedback, or I guess the feedback
okay.
channel would be a good place to put that. That way Flavian will see it. I think there's some known reasons for that. So you might be able to figure that out that way.
Okay. I don't know. Sometimes, like on my old computer, which is a 5K iMac, almost 80% of the problems were solved by just setting the thing to 2K and not having it run at 5K.
Ooh, this is gonna be a big battle. It's one of my favorite stations.
Do these
Demether.
stations canonically have like their own artificial gravity inside?
Canonically, I guess so, is the answer.
Okay.
We don't have centrifugal. There's no rotating habitats in the universe, so it
Yeah,
would be some kind of artificial
noticed that.
gravity, hand wavy tech, or like a Star Trek tech grav plating
Well, you
kind of
could just
idea.
say, and here's how you get out of that: biblically accurate.
Greetings.
So there's thousands of tiny gnomes that hold everything
Okay.
down that you can't see.
Yes.
Yeah, they hold things down with threads.
Biblically accurate gnomes. That's how you.
Yeah, there you go. No, in-universe lore, I mean, the stations are the way that they are. They're also static. They don't have orbital trajectories for simplicity of both netcode and gameplay.
Okay.
All of that. That's also part of it.
I've gone back to a station, and I've repaired and rearmed, but my proximity mines are still disabled.
Yeah, I noticed that as well. That might be a bug. I experienced that early on in the game. Early on. Why no rotating habitats? We just didn't build that. There's no lore reason for it. It's just something that hasn't been considered. It's not central to gameplay. So,
No.
yeah, whether or not how the method for gravity inside the stations doesn't really have a purpose from a gameplay point of view. So, if it had a gameplay purpose, sure, you could probably bring that in. But I mean, even the way that the ships are designed, the ships aren't designed with gravity and direction really in mind. Everything is kind of like, yeah, it's hard to really. It's more gameplay oriented design rather than thinking of it as like it Expanse versus Star Trek kind of thing. Like the ship's designs are informed by the physics in the Expanse, whereas in Star Trek it's more about the story, right? So like in our case, gameplay is driving the design more so than in-world adherence to real-world physics. I hope that should make some sense. But like that goes to the ship design, station designs, like the weapons. Like the weapons we're using in game are kind of more Star Wars in feel, right?
I'd say more Battlestar Galactica, if anything.
Yeah, well, the kinetics definitely
Yeah.
Battlestar Galactica. You do get a bit of the like blasters and laser energy weapons Star Wars feel, but it's all close quarter combat. It's not long range, high speed projectiles with like, yeah. It's kind of the tech all works within its own little bubble universe.
Yes.
And I am just looking at the time here, and I am going to be thinking that it's time to close out the stream here.
Incoming missile.
The conservation of momentum in warp was, yes, it was fun. I agree with that one.
2 kilometers a second out of warp.
It did introduce you don't like bombers. This is Huberto who was talking about bomber balance earlier. Now imagine a bomber already has its acceleration at 100%, drops out, already moving at 2 kilometers per second outside of warp, in range, 100 kilometers out, drops all their bombs, torpedoes at you, and then yeah, it was even worse.
Yeah,
Okay,
then they
let's
can
see.
just enter warp, redirect all their momentum.
Yeah, it was
Easily redirect the momentum.
It was too strong. Next.
Removing the conservation of momentum after weapons can also be abused.
Yeah.
I've escaped from so much deadly situations using that gimmick.
There we go.
Where are my friends? Why? It seems like I can see all the bad guys, but none of my allies.
Okay, there's another one. Close out the stream in a minute here. Any other questions though in the chat? If you're watching on Twitch, you're watching on Steam or on YouTube, just fire away some questions. I'll kind of pay more attention to that than the game if I can. There's a sweet spot. Around 1.8 kilometers per second is your sweet spot for maximum torpedo deployment and speed. If the target is a cruiser or a... if the target's a cruiser, less so if it's a destroyer. Destroyers can get out of the way. Oh, that one isn't going to get out of the way of the main guns. Target is going down from the base itself. Yeah, down.
Target destroyed.
Flying a little base defense here. Keep these turrets online. Okay, well, I'm gonna pop over to the dev channel for a minute and close out the stream, just for everybody on Discord here. I'll be right back. AI doing warp hops in battle. Well, right now the bots don't use the warp at all. I think probably be more... It feels like a more complex, like they'd have to hop around strategically, which would have to take into account positions of not just based on conversations I've had with Flavian. I think that would be a harder thing to implement than initially feels like it would be. I'd love it if the AI could be more like the players, do some machine learning stuff. That would be fun, but that is not something we have. That's not something we have bandwidth for. That would be very cool, but maybe somebody.
You can just have them not jump but appear. Like the AI is like, okay, I'm gonna be there, and then just have it disappear and then reappear where it would have taken a jump.
It could also have really negative feeling from a gameplay point of view if all of a sudden a bunch of AIs just pop on top of you. And then, like, they're going to coordinate in a way that players don't. That might feel broken. I don't know that I would. That could end up with some really negative experiences. Got to avoid the negative.
Is the hauler destroyed message supposed to be showing up? Just by the way.
Hauler destroyed. Where?
Yeah, whenever a hauler is destroyed, it says that it's affecting the econ, which seems like one of those really old messages.
Yep, just on the top left on your screen.
Top left.
Like a hauler has to die for that message to show. It's like the notification.
That actually
Yeah, I
might be
was
something from
thinking
back when when the economy was
Yeah.
when the
that's
economy
really-
was live. Maybe, yeah. Right, report.
It'd be fun
yeah.
if it's actually.
Go ahead and report that one in the Discord. Definitely.
Yeah, sure.
Flavian will see it.
Use your stream to get a
Interesting.
screenshot of that.
Bug hunting right now. Little things over the years just stacking up, right?
it's awfully convenient. It's all Flavian's territory of work.
Yeah, it's all. I wouldn't be able to fix it if I knew how.
Yeah,
either.
he'll be more than happy to help you out.
Yes.
Okay. I'm just a messenger.
Okay, I'm gonna pop out. Thanks for jumping in, guys. It was fun. I'm gonna warp
GGs.
away into the sunset here and close out the stream. Make sure all the feeds dip to black at the right timing, because they all have different delays. Yeah. All right. Thanks again. I'll see you guys in a few minutes.
Yeah.
Let's pop over here. Hello. Where's the admin channel? There it is. Okay. So I'm gonna close out the stream now. If you're still watching and you kind of were with us from the beginning, thank you for watching. I had a little bit of probably the most technicality or problem-free stream in a while, and was able to get things up on both YouTube and Twitch, as well as on Steam here on the official kind of Steam page for the first time. If you're new to the game and you want to jump in, check out the Discord. You can coordinate with other players there to jump on. Or if you prefer to play alone, we have single player offline mode, so you can host your own server on your own machine. That's kind of how that works, a local server, and play that way. I know a number of people prefer just duking it out with the AI. You can still get some pretty solid experiences that way. The more complex, like player interaction stuff, definitely that's going to be in the multiplayer, where you'll experience that kind of stuff, kind of what we were seeing today. If you have any feedback, Discord channels, there's tech support if you have any problems. There's Battlescape feedback if you have any suggestions or ideas for the game. A lot of the stuff that's currently implemented in game ultimately came from the community. Different ideas, especially some of the balance discussion going on with bombers, which the bomber balance discussion seems to be an ongoing thing. Just continuing with that fairly regularly. Yeah. And then, yeah, socials. We usually post when a new patch goes up on X. I've got an account there on Facebook as well as on Instagram. Even though we have such a very small following on Instagram, it doesn't make a lot of sense. Follow us on YouTube as well and get the regular notifications when we do our live streams. I think that's it. Check out the patch notes in the description. And if you want to join the community, we've got a live Discord. Head on there. And I'll see you all at the next one, which could be months away. And stay tuned for that. Oh, hello. Stay tuned for the 1.0, I guess, release date, where we will be. That's imminent. Not imminent. I shouldn't say that. Coming soon. TM. And that's it. All right. Thanks, everyone. And I'll see you at the next one. I'm going to close out the stream now. Bye-bye. The outro.